Enchantment has completed the challenge progress. Enchantment says bro. Enchantment has made the advancement into the darkness. Enchantment fell out of the world. Crocac00 joined the game. Crocac00 has completed the challenge tips and tricks. Crocac00 has reached the goal. Welcome to One Block. Crocac00 has completed the challenge progress. Has completed. MHSWX joined the game. MHSWX has completed the challenge tips and tricks. MHSWX has reached the goal. Welcome to One Block. Crocac00 says Bob. Crocac00 says let me try. MHSWX has completed the challenge progress. Enchantment has made the advancement new journey. Enchantment has made the advancement step 1. Crocac00 has made the advancement step 1. MHSWX has made the advancement step 1. Crocac00 says makeable. Crocac00 says I give wood. MHSWX says I am a make pick. Crocac00 says make axe. Crocac00 says and pick. MHSWX left the game. Enchantment says our shared loot box. Crocac00 says you do wood, I do shovel. Crocac00 says you use AC. Crocac00 says axe. Crocac00 has made the advancement new journey. Enchantment says reaction intuition test. MHSWX joined the game. MHSWX says HK. Crocac00 says wow Steve. Crocac00 says I am Steve. Enchantment says Minecraft. Enchantment says yo. Sds Block joined the game. Sds Block has completed the challenge tips and tricks. Sds Block has reached the goal. Welcome to One Block. Enchantment has made the advancement. What a deal. MHSWX has made the advancement new journey. Sds Block has completed the challenge progress. Sds Block has made the advancement step 1. Enchantment says let's go. Crocac00 says we must get cobble so we can get chicken man. Sds Block says hello. Enchantment says hey. Enchantment says Abe. Sds Block says is that a real villager or a skin? MHSWX says gimme dirt. Enchantment says real villager guy. Crocac00 says stone. Enchantment has made the advancement step 2. Crocac00 has made the advancement step 2. MHSWX has made the advancement step 2. Sds Block has made the advancement step 2. Sds Block says he's a part of the group now. Enchantment says what do we name him? Crocac00 says Leaf. Crocac00 says we should name him a person. Sds Block says Billy. MHSWX left the game. Enchantment says Leaf equals sapling. Sds Block says he name is Billy. Crocac00 says W should add border to farm. Crocac00 says what if we fall? Enchantment fell out of the world. Sds Block has made the advancement into the darkness. Sds Block fell out of the world. Enchantment says okay now it's not falling. Sds Block says I wanna mine. Enchantment says yeah. MHSWX joined the game. Crocac00 says can me gets 1 dirt. MHSWX says my Wi-Fi sucks. Enchantment says me too bruh. Crocac00 says bro ik bedrock jank watch TS. MHSWX has made the advancement woodlands. Crocac00 says we need to start a stairway to hell. Crocac00 has made the advancement found land. Crocac00 says huh. Enchantment has made the advancement woodlands. Enchantment has made the advancement hashtag plant a tree. Enchantment says he 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 he. Enchantment says bro the crops ain't growing. Crocac00 says bro it's night. MHSWX says no water bro. Crocac00 says oh yeah no water. MHSWX says hey I drained it. A Block has made the advancement new journey. MHSWX left the game. Crocac00 says stare. Crocac00 says no Billy. A Block says bro. Crocac00 says what? A Block says bad Billy. Enchantment says yo where is Billy? Enchantment says what is this blood doing? Crocac00 says okay I block it off. Crocac00 says Billy will not go to hell anymore. Enchantment says stone upcoming. Crocac00 has made the advancement step 3. Enchantment has made the advancement step 3. A Block has made the advancement step 3. Enchantment says you. Enchantment has made the advancement Stone Age. Enchantment has made the advancement Cobblemania. Crocac00 has made the advancement Stone Age. Crocac00 has made the advancement Cobblemania. Enchantment has made the advancement Getting an Upgrade. Enchantment says bro why are you in THRE? A Block says crow do not go to the back rooms. Crocac00 says guys do I make furnace? Enchantment says yet. Crocac00 has made the advancement let him cook. Crocac00 says okay, we need 32 cobblestone. Crocac00 says pig. Crocac00 says their food is potatoes. A Blue Block says if you point the gun at him he will not move. Crocac00 says how much cobble y'alls have. Enchantment says 0. Crocac00 has made the advancement woodlands. Crocac00 has made the advancement hashtag plant a tree. A Blue Block says 0. Crocac00 says RO you can craft saplings. A Blue Block says Villy not helping. Crocac00 says big tree. Enchantment says you. Enchantment says I didn't add. Enchantment says Capcator. Enchantment says fuck. A Blue Block says get the loves too. Enchantment says KK. Crocac00 says we should make a fence for the pigs. Crocac00 says or any animal in general. Enchantment says yet. Enchantment says 8. A Blue Block says does Villy have a crew at me? Crocac00 says bro when will we get a cobble farm SMH? Enchantment says when we get bucket. Crocac00 says Dlo stop stealing my cobble please. A Blue Block says yo I got apple. Enchantment says ICL I can't blame Villy or kinda hot glove. Enchantment says JK. Enchantment says I mean in a platonic way not JK. A Blue Block has made the advancement woodlands. A Blue Block has made the advancement Stone Age. A Block has made the advancement Cobblemania. Crocack00 says where is Villi? Enchantment says there. Crocack00 says how did he get there? Crocack00 says how did he get there? Shaders reloaded. Enchantment says mysterious. Enchantment says yo there's two. Enchantment says nice eee. A Block says why is there two? Enchantment says alright we got seeds. Enchantment says okay don't waste dirt. Crocack00 says where should I put farm? Enchantment says here. A Block says we got two villas now. Crocack00 says I mean fence. A Block has made the advancement hashtag plant a tree. Crocack00 says dude use slabs. Enchantment says oh right. Crocack00 says yes our plants can grow. Enchantment has made the advancement found land. Crocack00 says tomb you dumbass. Enchantment fell out of the world. Enchantment says you. Enchantment says bro get stone tools clone. Enchantment says our island kinda ugly. Crocack00 has made the advancement farm villagers. Crocack00 has made the advancement what a deal. Enchantment has made the advancement a seedy place. MHSWX join the game. Crocack00 says where is the spawn egg? Enchantment says bro. Enchantment says did you lose it? Crocack00 says Villi. Crocack00 says bro do they just drop it? Enchantment says WDYMBRO. MHSWX has made the advancement step 3. A Block says I need more cobblestone to have cobblestone tools. Crocack00 says no. Crocack00 says Villi 2 just jump. Enchantment says bro. MHSWX left the game. Enchantment says alright we get a cow. Crocack00 says rip Villi. Enchantment says he raised the prices on us cause we kinda suck. Enchantment has made the advancement farm villagers. Enchantment says we got a cow now. Crocac00 has made the advancement the builder. A Block says creeper. Enchantment says you. Enchantment says don't go near. A Block says we need to kill it. Crocac00 says try knock it off. Enchantment has made the advancement creeper. Amen. Enchantment has made the advancement monster hunter. A Block says bow. Enchantment says it's inside. Enchantment says the fence. Enchantment says NVM. Enchantment says TF. Crocac00 says noob we don't have string. Enchantment says bro my lag. A Block says then get some. Enchantment says LOL the aura. Crocac00 says genius. Enchantment says stream caught that. The challenge. Crocac00 says bro do they just drop it? A Block says creeper. Enchantment says you. Enchantment says don't go near. A Block says we need to kill it. Enchantment says and hero says Crocac00 says try knock it off. Enchantment has made the Enchantment says it's growing. Enchantment says maybe cause I dropped soem. Enchantment says oh cause it was stepped on. Enchantment says bruh. Crocac00 has made the advancement getting an upgrade. A Block says where do I place the dirt? Enchantment says in the farm. Enchantment says I mean. Enchantment says wheat farm. Crocac00 says oh yeah. Crocac00 says if we ever get sheep we build on the big grass plain thing cause they need grass to regrow wool. Enchantment says that's why we're installing. Enchantment says fence. Crocac00 says do you think we can harvest this one now? Enchantment says y'all hungry. Enchantment says no. Enchantment says bro. Crocac00 says damn it. Enchantment says I make the charcoal. Crocac00 says I'm going jump. Crocac00 has made the advancement into the darkness. Enchantment says das hitting bro. Crocac00 fell out of the world. Enchantment says I'm going to enable TP boy. Enchantment says I mean keep Gungar bar upon dirt. Crocac00 says damn it. Crocac00 fell out of the world. A Blue Block has made the advancement getting an upgrade. Crocac00 says did you do it? Crocac00 says we have icy. Crocac00 says we have ice. Enchantment says NCIE. Crocac00 says INF water. Enchantment says let's go. Crocac00 says wait we don't have Crocac00 says buy ice from villager and JS place it near the farmland. A Blue Block says what? Enchantment says bro. Crocac00 left the game. A Blue Block says we can trade. Enchantment says bro use Villy. Enchantment says that's what the point of Villy is. A Blue Block says I can't. Crocac00 join the game. Enchantment says okay. Enchantment says well at least now we have individual roles. Enchantment says bro THJE cow got out. Enchantment says get it in. A Blue Block says I can't use Villy. Enchantment says that's why we help each other. Crocac00 says our farm has water. A Blue Block says can we get iron from zombies? Enchantment says iron nugget. Crocac00 says I think the mod is kind enough to give us iron or next stage right. Enchantment says brah. Enchantment says there's trials too. Enchantment says I don't know how to begin the trials. A Blue Block says why can't I use Villy? A Blue Block says BRB. A Blue Block left the game. Crocac00 says Villy change yo trades. Crocac00 says why cow outside? Crocac00 says go inside. Shaders reloaded. Enchantment says bro wrong farm. Enchantment says NVM. Crocac00 says tomb help cow. Crocac00 says I tried help one go inside. Crocac00 says but now both are out. Enchantment says we need wheat. Crocac00 says I need a fence. Crocac00 says YK what NVM I'm risking it. Crocac00 says we need 4 dirt so we can get water for our other farm. Enchantment says I have ice. Crocac00 says oh NVM. Enchantment says can you create an Aethernos account? Enchantment says so I can give you perms to start server. Crocac00 says I have one. Enchantment says what user? Crocac00 says forgot what it was called. Enchantment says blood. Crocac00 says it was in the liminal's messenger. .8 Blue Block joined the game. Crocac00 says hi daylight. Enchantment says 742 ping is crazy. Crocac00 says blue. Enchantment says hip. Crocac00 says bro plant can you grow already? .8 Blue Block says hot. Enchantment says it grows so slow. Crocac00 says did it just have a heart attack? .8 Blue Block says IRL or Minecraft. Enchantment says what it? Crocac00 says the villager guy with ice. Crocac00 says sun. Crocac00 fell out of the world. .8 Blue Block says guys get the loves. Enchantment says yeah bro if I were stuck on this island I'd get a heart attack too. Crocac00 says are you kidding me I spawned in the farm. Enchantment says lol. Crocac00 has made the advancement a CD place. Crocac00 says one more wheat and we can breed cows too. Ayo pause. Enchantment says you. Enchantment says fuck. Enchantment fell out of the world. Crocac00 says glad we have keep INV. Enchantment says look bro. Enchantment says it grew. Crocac00 says way out. Enchantment says bro. Enchantment fell out of the world. Enchantment says OMG. Enchantment fell out of the world. .8 Blue Block says how did you get her? Enchantment says skill. Block says no, did you TP? Enchantment says no, I died and RESP oned. Crocac00 says GG. Crocac00 fell out of the world. Block says who want an apple. Crocac00 says save. Block says K. Crocac00 says maybe we can get golden apple with it later in run. Enchantment says apple for horse. Enchantment says oh. Enchantment says need seeds bro. Enchantment says maybe. Tactical Top Hat joined the game. Tactical Top Hat has completed the challenge tips and tricks. Tactical Top Hat has reached the goal. Welcome to One Block. Tactical Top Hat has completed the challenge progress. Tactical Top Hat has made the advancement step 1. Tactical Top Hat has made the advancement step 2. Tactical Top Hat has made the advancement step 3. Block says Enchantment says you. Tactical Top Hat has made the advancement Stone Age. Tactical Top Hat has made the advancement Cobble Mania. Enchantment says welcome me mean. Block says it's punching me. Crocac00 says yo who is that? Enchantment says take a guess bro. Crocac00 says painters. Enchantment says I was referring to Dlub. Block says bro. Block fell out of the world. Block says I had tools. Block says why is keep inventory on. Crocac00 says BC we are chuds. Block says he'll just hang out with Villy. Crocac00 says I have a theory restful Tofat is Naren himself. Crocac00 says or whatever it was. Block says what is that theory? Crocac00 says a good INE. Crocac00 says 1. Tactical Top Hat has made the advancement into the darkness. Tactical Top Hat fell out of the world. A Block says where's AI? Enchantment says Billy's. Crocac00 says grow grow grow. Crocac00 says please please please. Tactical Top Hat says why did you let him out? Enchantment says who out? A Block says I didn't. Crocac00 says hat. Enchantment says bro. Crocac00 has made the advancement the parrots and the bats. Enchantment says bro useless trades. Enchantment says we need cows. Crocac00 says wow we have baby mo. A Block says guys look at these moves. Enchantment says yi. Enchantment says wow. Tactical Top Hat says why can we pre-order chickens? Crocac00 says BC. A Block fell out of the world. Enchantment says BC we can't get animals normal. Crocac00 says we can it will JS take forever. Enchantment fell out of the world. Enchantment says they don't spawn naturally. Crocac00 says I fixed the hole. Crocac00 says oh wait they don't. Damn. Enchantment says wait. Enchantment says it'll be underground. Crocac00 says okay. Crocac00 says don't ask how I made these stairs. Enchantment has made the advancement the builder. Crocac00 says just don't. Enchantment says aura stairs. A Block says Enderman. A Block says Enderman. Enchantment says kill. Enchantment says kill on site immediately. A Block says I killed him. Enchantment says did he drop? Crocac00 says A Block died to an Enderman. A Block says no he fell. Crocac00 says son. Enchantment says son. A Block says there was no space zoning. Enchantment says yay we're almost there. Crocac00 has made the advancement expansions. Tactical Top Hat says use a boat bro. Crocac00 has made the advancement step 4. Tactical Top Hat has made the advancement step 4. Enchantment has made the advancement step 4. A Block has made the advancement step 4. Tactical Top Hat has made the advancement woodlands. Enchantment says let's go. A glue block says where do I put the dirt? Enchantment says in chest. Enchantment says sigh. Enchantment says iron. Crocac00 has made the advancement hot and cold. Enchantment has made the advancement hot and cold. Enchantment says TF do we do with dripstone? A glue block says wait guys he'll be back. Crocac00 says trap. Tactical top hat says kill. A glue block left the game. Crocac00 says good idea. Enchantment says okay. Enchantment says dripstone equals infinite lava. Crocac00 says bro is our hunger bar INF. Enchantment says no. Tactical top hat says no you have 10 chicken wings. Crocac00 says cause like I only just now had it decrease. Enchantment fell out of the world. Crocac00 says I'm gonna get first kill on server. Crocac00 says okay is these potatoes are max growth. Tactical top hat says son it's the spiky dripstone that gives lava. Crocac00 says wait can't we craft dripstone block into dripstone? Enchantment says where
Huh?
Enchantment says can we kill this guy bro? Crocac00 says yes. Enchantment has made the advancement imposter. Tactical top hat says if you put dripstone under a lava source and a cauldron underneath it slowly fills cauldron. A glue block join the game. A glue block says back. Crocac00 says okay we can craft the dripstone block into spiky. Enchantment says among us like is that among reference. Enchantment says good. Tactical top hat has made the advancement getting an upgrade. Enchantment says cauldron expensive though. Crocac00 says no need. Enchantment says KK. A glue block says iron. A Block says how do I die? Tactical Top Hat says jump. Enchantment says I'll help you. A Block says can't move. Enchantment says bro. Enchantment fell out of the world. A Block fell out of the world. Tactical Top Hat says what is bro building? Enchantment says the Manu ever. Crowcack00 says lava collecting thingy. A Block says baby cow. Enchantment says let's go they cracked. Crowcack00 says oh yeah we still need cauldron I forgot. Enchantment says did they crack naturally or what? Enchantment says bro. Enchantment says I'm going to consume you. Enchantment has made the advancement I am Iron M. Enchantment has made the advancement acquire hardware. A Block says where is Billy? Enchantment says killed. A Block says why? Enchantment says shit trades. A Block says rage bait. Enchantment says they respond bro. Enchantment says hopefully. A Block says oh. Tactical Top Hat says do they breed? Crowcack00 says wow we have lava machine now we just need lava. Enchantment says good question. Crowcack00 says son. A Block fell out of the world. A Block fell out of the world. A Block says guys I'm flying in the void. Crowcack00 says we add place light. Enchantment has made the advancement isn't it iron pick? Tactical Top Hat says sand. Crowcack00 says so no creeper light. A Block says guys I'm still in the void. Crowcack00 says a GTG in 19 or 18 minutes. Tactical Top Hat has made the advancement impossible. Enchantment says bro. Enchantment says Yale GTG2. Enchantment says tin a bit. Enchantment says I nia now. Enchantment says my hurts eyes. Crowcack00 says sames. Enchantment says and I have school and campus work. Enchantment says org. Enchantment says bye. Tactical Top Hat says moi.